Hey guys, Tash from Body Embrace here. I'm just going to show you how to get started with MyFitnessPal, how to set up an account from the very beginning. So we'll get started by hitting the sign up button. So we'll sign up with our email address. Now, as far as all these questions here, you can answer them. They're going to affect your calorie total, but that's not something we're going to need to use. So just for the sake of getting through all these screens, we'll say we're losing weight. We'll say we are active. Now, I'll put in my details here. So I'm a female. My birthday is December 11th, 1987. I live in Australia, despite the fact that I sound like I don't live in Australia. All right, on we go. How tall am I? I am 5'7" actually, so that's good. I am 61 kilos, and we'll just say my goal is 58. Now, just say 0.2 kilos. I don't even know why I'm inputting all that because we really won't need it. It'll just be interesting to see what kind of calories it spits out for me. I am going to put in my email address there. So we're just going to use Body Embrace. I already have my own personal account. This one's just for an example. And I'll just make my password Body Embrace for now. And I'll agree to the terms and conditions. Now, let's see what we've got here. I'm just going to accept all this stuff. Sure, yeah. All right, well, we'll see. Accept that one. And we'll see where that takes us. All right, so this is telling me that my daily net calorie goal is about 1,900 calories. Look, it's not perfect and probably not what I would put myself at, but interesting to see what kind of numbers it spits out. Anyways, we can just kind of disregard that, but interesting to see nonetheless. You can use your phone to track your steps if you want. If you have a pedometer or an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or whatever on your wrist, obviously that is more accurate because you're not carrying your phone with you 24/7, or at least most of us aren't. So yeah, you can just check mark that. If you want reminders, check that. So then we go continue. This doesn't really matter. I'm going to say don't allow. I'm going to say for myself, I do have an Apple Watch, so I'm going to say disable step tracking. Now, there's a few things to do to set up your account in the way that is probably the most useful way that you can use it. As you can see here, MyFitnessPal has it set up as breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So I'm actually going to skip out of that. It's going to try to get you to go to the premium version. I personally have that and I really like it, but you don't have to. So we can just exit out of that. Perfect. All right, so now this is our home page. Sometimes if you scroll through here, there's some cool little things that you can look at. Sometimes it's good to read them. Now, the most important thing here is the number on the top right-hand corner in green where it says 1900. We're going to be changing that. So whatever calories your trainer gives you, they will be customized to you, and it won't be the number that MyFitnessPal spits out. Like I said, if I really wanted to lose 0.2 kilos per week, I think 1,900 is probably a little bit high for me. But that's what they have calculated on their end, which is fine. I don't have to use that. Now, what I need to do in order to change that is go to the bottom right corner. You'll see the 3 dots and it says more. So I'm going to click on that. There we go. And what we're going to do is change the numbers. So now we're on our screen with all the settings. We're going to hit goals. And then we are going to, underneath nutrition goals, it says calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals. So we're going to click on that. And this is where you can adjust your numbers to the specific number that your trainer gives you. So, for example, say my trainer has given me 1,500 calories. We'll go 1,500. All right. Now, you'll see that the carbohydrate, the protein, and the fat all changed based on the fact that I dropped the calories. Now, what your trainer will give you is a set amount of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. Now, in order to change those, you'll click on either protein, carbohydrate, or fat, and it pops up with this screen here. Now, your trainer is going to likely give you the amount in grams, not percentages. Now, as you can see, the grams is locked because it is only available to those that have the premium version. But that's fine. What you can do is adjust the percentages in order to what is closest to the amount of grams that your trainer has given you. So say I was given 135 grams of protein. I'm going to change my numbers. Oh, that's quite high. Until I get pretty close to it. So 131, I would say, is pretty close. But you can see at the bottom, oopsie, sorry about that. You can see at the bottom of my screen, it says 115%. So it has to equal 100 across the board in order to total the amount of calories and make it an even percentage split. So obviously 50 plus 35 plus 30 is not 100. So say my trainer gave me a goal of, we'll say 35 grams of fat. So that's obviously going to be lowered here on the right-hand side. So 33, that's pretty close. Now, the chances of your trainer giving you pretty close to what is listed in the carbs is high. So once you drop it down to 45, where you see the total is 100, it's green now, that's probably close to the amount that your trainer will have given you, purely based on the fact that that's the one macronutrient that was left over in order to total the 100%. So basically, all you need to know is those grams, the carbs, protein, and the fat, should be as close to the macronutrients that your trainer has given you as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, these percentages go in increments of 5, so the number isn't going to be perfect. You can only get as close as you can, and that is fine. At the end of the day, as long as you are within approximately 5 grams of your total fat, 10 grams of your total protein, and 10 grams of your total carbs, you are completely all right. So I'm just going to hit the check mark there. In addition, as long as you are within about 50 calories of your total calorie goal, then you are good to go. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just being within the range is the best way to do it. All right, so now we have our goals all set up. We are ready to go. Now what we can do is go back to our home screen. So I just hit the back button and we're going to go down to diary. And now you can see at the top of your screen, it's changed now to 1,500. And if you're going to click on that 1,500 in green on the top right-hand corner, now you can see what your goals are. So underneath goal, you can see that you're meant to hit 131 grams of protein, 169 grams of carbohydrate, 25 grams of fiber, 71 grams of sugar. Now those two are preset by MyFitnessPal. So it's kind of the dietary standard for you to hit. That's not something that you can really play around with too much, but it kind of gives you a good idea as to how much fiber you should be eating and, not going over that 71 grams of sugar. And last but not least, you've got your 33 grams of fat to hit as well. Once again, a few other numbers down here that are recommendations through MyFitnessPal. But what we're more worried about is the protein, all right? The carbohydrate, that one. Oopsie, wrong button. And the fat, okay? And once you have completed your total for the day, it'll give you a percentage breakdown. They should be close to these goals that you see on the right-hand side, the 45%, the 20%, and the 35%. And of course, all your numbers are going to be different for everyone. All right, so that is basically it. If you want to get back to your diary, you just hit that X on the top left-hand corner, and you are ready to enter all your food. That is how you set up MyFitnessPal.